Hey YouTube, it's Mac Mikey coming at you today, and I've been playing around with some of this stuff that Miss Jennifer O'Neill sent me, and I am really in love with, first and foremost, these Real Technique brushes by Samantha Chapman. These are phenomenal, especially this definer brush, this really pointed. These are all dual fiber brushes. This one's really pointed. It's firm yet super soft, and these brushes, they're amazing. They're almost better than my Mac brushes. I really love these brushes. These are phenomenal brushes. They come in this nice little case, which I've added a few brushes to, but you know, it can fold up and hold all your brushes, or it can pop out into a little stand, and pretty much all the brushes that I will use will fit into this little case, and so that's what I've been kind of doing. So today I did just half of my face. I've got mineralized skin finish on, and then I did an eye using the Hard Candy. This is their top 10 eyeshadow collection. This is the smoked out look, smoked out kit, and I absolutely love the colors that are in here. They're really well pigmented, and they came out super great. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get right into this quick tutorial. I'll try and make it quick anyways. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with some Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I didn't do my brows yet or anything. I just did mineralized skin finish on this half of the face with a little bit of bronzer. But I was just, you know, playing around, testing out this stuff, and I was so impressed with these brushes and the pigmentation on this Hard Candy that I thought I'd do a quick tutorial on it. This Hard Candy, you know, I've really been liking Hard Candy, but I hadn't bought any of these, their straight out eyeshadows. I've had their powder kegs, and pigments, things along those lines, but I had not tried any of these. They have them, I think they're called shimmer strips, or maybe that's Physicians Formula, but they have several of these 10 little eyeshadow kits, and they're about $10 each over at Walmart here, at least in the States, I know. And they're amazing. The black that's in here, for instance, is a dead ringer for carbon, if not maybe a little bit better than carbon, I'd say. I really love it. It looks like this one's about out. I had a second one. I'm not sure what I did with it. It's okay. We'll go into the e.l.f. one real quick just to get some on there. Alright, so get your primer potion down, and then the first thing I'm doing, you know, I'm in my late 30s. So shimmers, you know, I've got hooded lids, and shimmers aren't always the best look for shimmer eyes. You definitely want to use them sparingly. So I'm going to start out with a matte. I'm going to use an e.l.f. matte, and this is Smoke is what it's called. And what I like to do with these ones is I like to keep the little sticker on them. I find if you take the sticker off, you end up with a bunch of fallout. When you open it, it kind of goes everywhere. But that's kind of the eye that we're going for right there. So I started out with my MAC 242. I always keep a clean, dry towel on hand to wipe off any excess that I may have on there. And so I'm just going to dip that in there and tap this matte Smoke on the eye. So when you put shimmer on over it, it's going to tone it down quite a bit. At least it does for me. So, because it's kind of hard to get away from shimmers. You definitely do want shimmers in certain parts of your eye. Your highlight and your lid definitely will, the one areas that you definitely want to focus your shimmers on. So I put a matte underneath on the lid just to kind of help tone down that shimmer. So once I've got that on, I just kind of patted it in. I haven't done any of the mineralized skin finish on this side of the face because you do get a little bit of fallout with the Hard Candy. It's definitely not as bad as some other products. Like I used the Quo eyeshadow set that she sent me, and there are a couple shadows in there that you get super bad fallout with. So, yeah, I just wait to put on any foundations or any mineralized skin finishes or bronzers or anything until I'm done with the eyes. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the MAC 275, which is the, actually, you know what? No, I'm going to stay in my 242. I think that's what I did. And I started out with the light silver in this one. And I didn't do the inner corner, but I mean close to the corner, and then start pulling that out to the middle of your lid, and you can see that it's starting to go on like that. Just make sure you're blending that real well, because I'm going to go over this again with another color. And then I'm going to go into the dark gray right there and do that on the end. And I'm going to try and do this as quickly as possible, so it may not end up as perfect as the other eye, but you know, I like to do everything on camera. I don't like to clip and edit. For me, that just, I don't have time for that. Serving on the board of directors for the Treatment Education Network, being the team captain for the AIDS Walk, doing my eBay business, just everything that I got going on. I don't have a lot of time to be clipping and editing movies together. Plus, I've started DJing a little bit with some DJ software. I watched that Pitch Perfect movie, and I fell in love with all those DJ programs that she was using. So I started playing around with all those, having a lot of fun with that. Okay, so now that I've got those two on like that, I want to put some bright, kind of rosy color into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one on the end, and it's like a silverish pink. And I did this one just inside the corner. We're using the MAC 219. So you get it into your inner corner, kind of like that. I'm just going to bring it over a little bit further, because the pink will really pop under it. So next I'm taking the 275. I'm going into the light pink that's in here, or light purple, I should say. Pick up a decent amount of that. And then blend that in with the gray. And again, having that gray and that matte underneath just really helps tone down the shimmeriness of it. Alright, and then I'm going to go into the dark purple on the end. And pull that out and over. One more time before I go. Like so. One more time before I go. Alright, so you end up something like that. As you can see my hooded lid over here really well. It's unfortunate, I hate having hooded lids. But as you get older, that becomes more of a common problem. As you can see, I did get some fallout, so I keep a makeup wipe handy just to clean up any of that. And then I'm going to go into my favorite brush, my most favorite brush ever, this Samantha Chapman Real Techniques brush. And I'm going to go into the black that's in here, which is very similar to carbon. You do get some fallout with this. But you get such precision work with this brush. I'm going to put that black on kind of thick because I'm blending it out and up. And the other nice thing about this brush being so nicely pointed is that you can get your water lines. You know, I will often use a liquid liner, but then I'll go over it with a matted black just to kind of help set it and give it more of a cleaned up look. But with this brush, I can just lay it right down on my lash lines. Alright, so I'll definitely take this one out further because I'm trying to rush, but we'll blend it out and see where we go. Now I'm going into my MAC 286. Actually, what I started with, correction, I went back to my 275. Now this is the angled contouring brush, and I take the angled end of it and I just start stippling it up. And I'm trying to rush here because I'm already at 11 minutes. So yeah, you want to stipple that up, and that'll kind of help with your blending. You can do windshield wiper motion as well. There we go. Alright, and then into that 286 and do circular motions. Just holding it, I usually hold it just by the end of the handle and do circular motions. And you really do want to take your time when you're blending, just to get a nice gradient transition of color going. And I actually will go back over this black because I want kind of a more harsh black in that crease. So you end up like so. Now what I did was I went back into this dark gray with the 275, picked up just a little bit of it, and went right over there, which just kind of helps again with that transition and blendability of that. And I went back into the light one as well, and just went right on top of that dark with the light. Picked up quite a bit that time. So back into the 275, 286, and do your windshield wiper motion. So then you're getting that black and that dark mixed in, so you get exactly how you want it. Alright, it's not perfect, but you kind of get the idea. Now I'm going back into that black. Alright. I'm just going to kind of touch up both sides real quick. And then, again, just a little more blending on it so it's not uber harsh. You do want it defined, but I just don't want it. Now the white in this kit is not super pigmented, but it's a great highlight color, you know, and that's really the case with whites. It's hard to find the perfect white. It's going to go on as white as you want. I find when I'm wanting to work with like pinks, blues, things like that, often I will use a cream, like a MAC paint stick in white, and do that as kind of a base color, and all your colors will pop and pigment out much better for you. Alright, so kind of the basic there, and then into my mineralized skin finish, which is, I think, a must-have for every makeup bag, and I'm going to use, this is the buffing brush. And this is really all I'd use for a foundation with this look. Like I said, I was just kind of playing around, testing out that hard candy one, and I was just really pleased with the pigmentation and the look and the application I was able to get with the Samantha Chapman brushes. So alright, so basically get it like so, and then I took a little bit of bronzer and went into, this is the contour brush. I didn't put really any blush on or anything. Like I said, I'm just doing kind of a real quick basic tutorial and demonstration of, number one, how well these brushes work, and how well pigmented the hard candy actually came out to be. I was just super impressed with it. So, you know, finish up with a mascara. I got a ton of them from Miss Jennifer. Some phenomenal ones, but they're in the bedroom, and I'm not wanting to break again and run out and get them. But I definitely love, there's one, it's a Blu-ray. I'm not sure exactly. I think it's a Benefit, or was it Benefit? Cargo. A Cargo Blu-ray high definition one. I love that one. The wand applicator that's on it is amazing. So, you know, there you kind of go with the basic liner, and then just do brows real briefly. Browser, to me, I think really important to do. Frame out the eye. So, and this is the NYX brow kit. It worked really well. I do love the Too Faced one. It comes with the stencils and everything. But the NYX one is a really good one as well. So, it just depends on what you want to spend. This was, I think, $6, whereas the NYX one's like $30. But there it is, kind of a basic smoked out pink, purple, silver eye with some MAC Urban Decay, and then I used Sequin as a lipstick just to put a little color on the lips. And there you have it. Kind of, yeah. I'm really happy with this look. Actually, I love the way the eyes came out. They're not totally even, but again, I was rushing. But yeah, so hard candy, smoke out, top 10 eyeshadow. She gave me a neutrals one as well that's very similar to the Naked palette, so I'll be playing around with that one next. But that's it, guys, for tonight. Take care. I'm Mac Mikey. Talk to you later. Bye.